Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 21 of this Sea of Stars walkthrough. In the last couple of videos, we had to say goodbye to Garl, and then we did a lot of side content as we are going for that platinum trophy and getting all of the achievements. But now we're going to get back to the story by going into Mooncradle, and we have to go find Yolanda and talk to her. So what we want to do is head down, and we're going to go into the inn, which is just to the right of the entrance, and talk to Yolanda. Back to the Sky Council then. We can go to the shrine right away if you want. We'll go now. Now that we're back in the Cloud Kingdom, we're just going to run straight ahead and then go off to the path toward the right, and that's the shortcut that will take us back to the council. And we're just going to run past Punty, going straight up here, and that will take us to the teleporter and back into the council chambers. You have returned. We're sorry about the passing of your friend. Our world has lost a kind soul indeed. Thank you. The sleeper has been soothed and has awoken. So it has. You would claim the reward then? Yes. We demand access to the Sea of Stars. Are you prepared for the voyage? We are. Mumble, mumble. Do they know what to expect? We don't know what the Sea of Stars even is. It is the very passage you seek in order to see this journey through. It lies at the core of our world. The infinitely great within the infinitely small. How do we get to it? We shall get to that in due time. First, all travelers must be registered. Please gather your group. Honorable Council, if you could make an exception, I would like to go as Captain Cliché. My crew, they... Mumble, mumble. We will allow it. Thank you. Okay. Let's gather everyone and form a line. Present yourselves, travelers. Solar Blade Dancer, Zale. Next. Lunar Monk Valere. Next. Next. Pirate Captain Cliché. Next. I will travel across the Sea of Stars, or my name is not Keenathan. Role and name, please. Pirate Wind Mage Keenathan. Mumble, mumble. Mumble, mumble. The error must be on our end. We will disregard it. Next. Pirate Quartermaster Jacko Veltrade. Next. Pirate First Mate Yolanda Ernest, well-meaning demolition, busy lookout, practicality, anytime service, fort wall. Found her. Next. Ghost Navigator Hortense. Already cleared from a previous trip. Next. Traveling Historian Teeks. All clear. Solon. You are the leader of this group? Yes. We hereby grant you access to the Sea of Stars. Allow us. The 4 sunken giants mark the entrance. Now go and sail away to where you are most needed. Thank you. We will use this gift to bring about peace. Godspeed. Now that you're done with the Sky Council, all we have to do is return to the Vespertine. There are 2 ways to do it. The smart way would be to talk to Punty and have him bring you all the way to Kukar, and that would put you immediately into your boat right where you need to be. The other option, if you're not very smart, like me, is to run all the way back to your boat. So you can do that. You can run all the way through the previous areas, basically just keep heading south the whole time, and eventually you will get all the way back to the Vespertine. So either way you want to do it is fine, but I would definitely recommend using Punty to bring you straight to Kukar. Alright, well back outside, let's hop aboard the Vespertine, and we have to go a little bit toward the northwest, so right kind of in the middle of the map. And there's a big whirlpool there between the 4 big giant heads, so let's sail over toward the northwest, and it won't take very long. We'll just kind of go past Wraith Island here, and we're going to wind up right inside this vortex. So let's go into the whirlpool, and we will head our way all the way down, down, down under the water. And now what we want to do is to start going all the way toward the left side of the area. Eventually you'll find a little bit of land where you can hop off, and then keep going left and go into the trek to the center of the world. There's really nothing important that you need to do here, no chests or anything, so all you have to do is go down this big pit here. You can just jump down, and what you'll find is a couple enemies down here that look like things that we've seen before, but they're just like blobs of goo in the shape of enemies that we've seen before. So these things will behave exactly like the enemies that we fought earlier in the game, so we'll just take them out, and then I will proceed on, and all we have to do is keep going toward the left, and we'll just keep jumping down into new areas whenever we get to the end. So this place is very easy, just keep going across. I don't really have to explain it to you. You can just watch along as we go, and you'll see all the fights play out just so that you know what to expect with these battles. Alright, that was the third and final battle of this area. Now we just have to run all the way toward the left along the narrow bridge, and that will take us to the spot on the left side of the screen where we can finally exit. Now we're officially in the Sea of Stars. What we want to do is head toward the left and jump aboard the Vespertine. Now just start sailing over toward the southwest, and what you'll see is like a big light source that will appear on the edges of the screen. You just want to sail toward that, and when you make contact with a ball of light, you'll shoot across, going really fast, super speed over to another area. Then just keep going, looking for those rays of light. There's one in the bottom right corner for me now, so I'll just turn around and head over in that direction, and once I make contact, I'll go super speed once again. And we just have to do that one more time so we can see the ball of light. Let's hit it. Here you'll see a bunch of little stars in front of you. Just go into them to collect these little orbs, and that will charge up the Vespertine. And when you've collected enough, then the sequence will continue on its own. Okay, now that we're back on land, let's head over toward the left and we'll go into the 3 question mark place. We don't really know where we are right now. How far from home are we? Let's just proceed up the path. And it's kind of hard to see, but you'll basically just want to go north for the most part through here. There's a dimly illuminated console in the top right corner, so let's go interact with it.
Intruder alert. Entities from another world have breached the compound. Commencing elimination.
Watch out! We're thrown directly into a boss fight with no warning here. This is against a guy called Guardian, and he really focuses on single target attacks when he just does a normal attack. If he's charging up like what he is right now, he just has the 3 little things to charge up. That is a move called Taser Grip, and what it does is it sends out an electrical line to all 3 of your party members, and then it shoots a little electrical pulse down those lines one at a time to all of the party members. So you do have to block that one 3 times separately in order to try to block all of the attacks together. What it does partway through the fight is it will summon 2 little bits to come out. They're just little partners for him. I would recommend focusing those on as quickly as possible, because if they are allowed to use their charged up attack, it will actually create a barrier over the boss, and that is not good because it's kind of difficult to get rid of that barrier. It takes a lot of damage, and all it really does is prolong the fight. The barrier itself has 3 stages. It starts off as blue. After you damage it a little bit, it turns yellow, and then it turns red after that. And then a few attacks later, it will break, and then you can resume attacking the boss. Luckily, you can still break the boss's skills, and you can break its locks. That's really good, even though it has the barrier up. But you just can't do any damage against it while that barrier is in place. So here you see just a single target attack. That one's pretty easy to block, just a laser blast coming at you. And we're going to fight it a little bit longer until it opens up the doors in the back. Here come the 2 little sidekicks. I would again recommend focusing on those first and foremost. Here you can see that it is charging up a 4-lock skill. If it's allowed to get this one off, then it will use its little friends to power up something called Power Shot, and that is just increased damage against one party member. So again, not too bad of an attack. You just have to deal with it, do a little bit of healing as necessary, and then we will just let this fight play out, and I will see you at the end. It's not too difficult at all. So see you at the end of this fight. Okay, the shield is broken. This fight has gone on long enough. Let's use our 3-pip combo skill called Conflagrate, and you'll see what the skill does. It does a whole lot of damage, and it's even more damage when you charge it up. So we're going to steer the fire column with the left stick, and you just have to move it around, keep it kind of centered on the enemy. It'll move on its own, so you just have to kind of steer it and redirect it back at the boss. And you can see it does hundreds of damage to him, and that fight is over. This place seems so advanced. There's nothing like this mentioned in any records.
Welcome to my world. We desperately need you.
And here we get the Who Would Have Thought Part 2 trophy for learning Sarah E's true identity. Sarah E, why didn't you tell us?
I couldn't find the words. Would you have stuck around if you knew?
Of course, we'd be nowhere without you.
My world fell to the Fleshmancer a very long time ago. It's completely lost. Up above, Skybase produces nasty clouds that prevent sunlight from reaching the surface. And the moon, he sank it into the ocean. Do you understand?
The moon and the sun disconnected. No more children of the solstice.
Will you help?
You know we will. Where do we begin?
By visiting my home. I've been away for far too long. My people.
Are they...
Like me? Yes. One by one, we were turned into cyborgs by the wicked Catalyst, a sentient evil machine. Cursed by immortality in this form, my people linger helplessly while the Dweller of Dread slowly feeds on their souls.
Sarai, I'm so sorry.
You can help. This is exactly why I left. To find Solstice Warriors. To find you. If we can remove the clouds, the moon will shine again.
Then the Dweller of Dread would be made vulnerable. We will cleanse your world, I swear it. And I swear it too.
Thank you. Getting to Skybase won't be easy, but a lead might have been found while I was away. Let's make for Rapine, my hometown. I want to show you what we are fighting here.
What about the Fleshmancer?
His lair lies on a flying piece of land. I have absolutely no idea how to get there.
Okay, first things first, let's visit your place.
Rapine is on Cerulean Island, east of the exit from here. The derelict factory might pose a challenge, but I suppose we've been through worse. Alright, lead the way.
After the cutscene, head north through the exit, and then go over toward the left side, running through the hallway until you reach the far left side, and that will take you out into the open world. From here, just walk a little bit toward the left, and you can hop aboard the Vespertine once again, and all you want to do is sail over to the big blue vortex, and that will suck the ship up, back up onto the open sea. Our destination from here is just a little bit toward the northeast, right where the blinking star is on the map. So let's just head a little bit toward the right and then we can land on the dock. Now let's head up and into the derelict factory. Starting off, if you run straight up, you can interact with the gate. It's locked, but it looks like the roof is accessible. Over on the right side is a campfire and a save point. Go ahead and use those if you want to. Otherwise, head over toward the left side. You can then climb up the side of the building, and that will take you a little bit higher, and then keep climbing to the very top, and now you can jump down and through the window. Now this place has some incredible music. I love the synthwave vibes that I'm getting. Over on the right side, there's a treasure chest. Go pick that up for a sashimi recipe. And then we're going to go over toward the left side. There's an orange or red console over there. Touch it to turn it green, and that will activate a console on the right side that you can touch. And that will extend a bridge and open the door. So now we have a nice shortcut leading in and out of the derelict factory. Now just go through the north door, and on the right side there's a little path that you can hop across, and you can interact with the console over here. That will activate a teleport pad, and we're going to use that to proceed north across the gap. If you step into the red lights on the ground, those red searchlights, you'll get into fights around here. You can't see what the enemies are before you have to be in fights with them. These are just a few turrets. They're not too difficult. Just focus them down one at a time and you'll be fine. After the fight, talk to the console on the left side, and that's going to change the teleport pad a little bit further north. Now head up along the left wall, and then you can proceed down the path again. Now when you step on that teleport pad, you will be instantly transported a little bit further north than you were the last time. Now before you go through the north door, head over toward the right side. You can climb up the ledges and then go down to grab a treasure chest that contains the wire plate armor. It's a good thing to put on one of your Solstice Warriors. And now you can run up and just backtrack toward where that teleport pad is, this time going through the north door. Now over here there's a campfire on the right side as well as a save point, so feel free to use those after that battle against the turrets. Now let's proceed north from here. This is the elevator that will take us out, but when you try to use it, it's offline because a Kyber Mesh battery is required. Please use laser crane for safe handling. Now we do want to put the battery over on the left side, but we have to kind of build it first. To do that, we're going to go up, and then you want to go to the console on the left side, and what that will do is activate the teleport pad on this section, so now we can teleport up to the north part. And from here, we're just going to go into the north door. There are a couple searchlights, some on the left side and some on the right side. If you can go around those, you can pick up some ingredients as well as to open up one part of the bridge. And let's just get into a fight over here so you can see what we're dealing with. This is a new enemy for us. Its name is Horse Mech, and it has a standard attack where it just kind of goes up on its rear legs and then slams down a couple seconds later. And the charged up attack that I am unable to deal with right now is called Photon Salvo, where it launches a lot of like little missiles at you. They're like missiles made out of light, I guess, and it does some decent damage to all the party members that it hits. So there you go. It's actually a multi-hit thing. You have to do 1, 2, 3, and then one more together. So 4 total blocks at that. So all we have to really do here is to finish off this fight, and then we'll continue on over toward the right side. The enemies around here give some pretty good experience, so with that I got yet another level up. And at this part of the game, it's the magic that's really going to make a difference for us. So I'm going to use mana points on Zale, and I'll give magic attack to everyone else. Skills are very valuable, especially in the end game, so we want to make sure that we have enough MP to use skills repeatedly in a fight. That way we can break very complex locks on enemy skills, and we'll be able to just navigate fights better and take out enemies a lot quicker. So once that's done, we're going to head over toward the right side. Once again, there are a couple of those red searchlights, and we have another turret and one of those horse mechs. Let's just take them out and then continue on. Once again, we have another switch or console that will allow us to open up the bridge to the center area, and on the right side we can get a little bit of dairy for cooking ingredients. Now let's head up, and we have another console up here. This will create the Kuiper Mesh battery for us, but it's missing some ingredients. What we want to do is go over toward the left side and pick up the crane operator ID. That will allow us to use the laser crane in the previous area, and that takes us to different parts of this zone, and that will get us all the materials that we need. The fight there was just against some familiar enemies, so no worries there. Let's head back and then use the teleport pad, go back to the middle, and now we can use the console just to the north of us to use the crane operator ID. Now what you want to do is to move the laser around. Anything that's green you can grab. And just to the right is a rainbow conch treasure chest, so let's pick it up and then put it down right next to us on the right side of the current platform. So there's our rainbow conch. Now let's use the laser crane again. This time we're going to move the teleport pad landing area over toward the left side. That will allow us to instantly teleport over toward the left side, where we get to go into a room to start collecting some materials for the Kuiper Mesh battery. Up here there are 3 different doors, left, center, and right. Let's go into the center door first, or straight north. Now there's some blocks that you can move. If you push the center one, then you can go to the left and you can get some Kyber steel daggers. Those are really nice weapons for Sarah Yi to wield. And then over on the right side, you can push this block and open up this for a little bit of a treasure. Now if you leave the room and come right back into it, the puzzle resets. This time push the right and the left blocks, and then the middle block toward the side, and that will get you the wire plate sheet. So now go back out, and then this time we're going to go into the left door. If you run into here, there's a lot of searchlights, but it only spawns in 3 enemies. We got a couple of the little guys that were accompanying the Guardian boss and 1 turret. After the fight, go up and use the console at the top of the room. We will give it the wire plate sheet, and that will start to process the power unit. And now we can run through the door on the left side to go in there and to pick up the power unit from where it's waiting for us. Okay, so now the middle room and the left side room are done. We'll head over to the previous area, and now we're going to go over toward the right side. And in here, once again, we have a couple of those searchlights, just a couple of the floating enemies that we fought before. Let's take them out, and you can see that around the room there are a lot of orange panels. Let's just go around and collect everything from all of them, because they all have a little bit of either ingredients or this important blueprint disc, a sashimi, and finally some more ingredients. So we have the 2 main items that we need from this area. Let's go back to the teleport pad to go into the middle of the area. Now we'll use the laser crane to move the teleport pad from the left side of the room over toward the right side of the room, and then that will give us access to the other area on the right. When it's in place, then just go back to the teleport pad to be moved over toward the right side of the room, and then go up and through the door. Once again, we've got some searchlights, so let's just get those out of the way, and we will take on 2 turrets and a floating enemy, very easy to eliminate. After the fight, let's use the ladder on the right side to climb up, and we can use the console here to move the grapploo attachment point a little bit toward the right. Now we can jump across the gap and use the console to start powering up this area. We'll go back across and then use the console again to grapploo toward the top part of the room. Interacting with the console will grant power to the turbo laser, which will blast a giant hole in the wall. Now we can head down and we can go up and through the gap that it created. Go along the hallway all the way to the end, and what you'll see is a crystal that's shining. Let's pick it up to get the Kyber ore. So we've got the 3 components that we need from here. Let's head on out of here, and now we're going to make our way back toward the center room. There is a little container here for just some onions if you want to grab that on your way out. And now we're going to use the teleport pad to go back toward the middle and use the laser crane to move the teleport pad all the way from the right side to the top of the room. Now let's use our teleport pad to go over there, and we can run up into the next room. Now we're going to run straight up to the end of this area, and we will use all 3 ingredients, the Kyber ore, the power unit, and the blueprint disc, that will create the Kyber mesh battery for us, and it will even send it to the previous room for us. So once that's all done, then head on over toward that center room once again. And it's just waiting for us in the top left corner of that room. So let's just head on down, and we'll use the teleport pad to go back toward the middle, then use the console to use the laser crane, and we're going to pick up the Kyber mesh battery and move it pretty much just straight south and put it into the square hole. And the elevator comes online now that it has a power source, so let's run over there and interact with the console, and that will take us out of the derelict factory. Well, we're outside again, and we can see a pond with some fish in it, so of course we're going to go do some fishing. And in fact, we're going to head into this cerulean reservoir. This place has the final fish that we need. So let's run up here, and you can check the little sign. There are 4 fish that we need to catch. All you really have to do is catch all the fish in here. If you want to, you'll be guaranteed to get them. So let's throw the line out a couple times and see what we can catch. There's a fish with a skinnier body that we'll catch first, and this is called the coil flounder. Now let's cast the line out again right into this big group. We'll catch one of the really big ones, more of a circular shape, and this one is going to be the silicum sponge. Now let's cast it out one more time. Over on the left side, you can see these interesting shaped ones with the 2 little tails sticking out. We'll reel this one in. And this is the Cybernaural Hermit. And finally, we'll cast it out one more time toward the back, and we'll catch the bigger fish that is also kind of skinny. And once we reel him in, this is the last one that we'll get. So we've just caught the laser burbot, and we also caught the master angler trophy because we've caught every kind of fish in the game. So what we want to do now is head over toward the right side. We're going to hop into the water when we get close to the end, and then that will allow us to get up top, and there's a treasure chest waiting for us at the very top. Let's open that up and get a data strip. Those are going to be pretty important moving forward, so we have a lot of those to collect in the coming areas. Now we just have to exit. And that's going to do it for this episode. So we're going to go to Repine in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And also subscribe if you haven't done that already so that you can stay up to date with the rest of the series. Until then, I'll see you next time. Have a good day.